Coco Chanel says, dress shabbily and they remember the dress. Dress impeccably and they remember the woman.
All right, everyone, listen up. You think life's a smooth ride? Think again. From hot takes to vodka breaks, I'm here to serve it straight. No chaser, just a twist of lime. It's time to get real. Pour yourself a skinny bitch and get ready for a vodka lecture. From me, Krissy Marsh, unfiltered, unapologetic, and straight to the point. Get ready for your weekly shot of reality.
Whether you like it or not, you are going to be judged on what you wear. I know it's ridiculous. I know you feel, oh, woe is me. I can't believe people are going to judge me actually on what I'm going to wear. Well, get real. Life is life. People do that. The first impression that you're going to make is when you walk in a room and someone's either going to take you seriously or they're going to think you're a joke. I mean, one of the worst situations I had was I had a girl coming to work and she'd been working with me for about 12 months. Every day she starts arriving, shirt's crushed, it's a little bit dirty. I'm thinking, does this girl even give a shit about her job? Well, you know what? Maybe you do care about your job, but unfortunately, what you're wearing is not showing me you do. So I know it's really hard to accept for so many people. Putting in that little bit of extra effort is so important because it's a matter of fact. You're going to be judged. A classic is, I never forget one time when I was in foreign exchange. I was working on the floor. I was a trader, 100 guys. I was one of the only females in the room. And I really wanted to be taken seriously. So I made it my point not to walk in with boobs out, super short skirt, little straps. I had to look very professional and very corporate. I even worked for Ritz-Carlton hotels in the day where women weren't allowed to wear pants. So you know what, guys? There's nothing to complain about. We have come a long way, but it's still super important. You have to dress for success. Now, I'm not just talking dressing to please other people and to make other people feel good and for people to take you seriously in your job. I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about how you feel. I know it's a pain in the ass to get up and make an extra 5 minutes, take that little bit of extra time, but you know what? It's going to make a huge difference to how you feel, your outlook on the world for the day. You know, it's so simple just to take that little bit of extra time. And I have so many people come away and say to me, you know what, I went for this job interview at this corporate bank and, you know, I just can't believe it. I didn't get the job. And I'm like, okay, so tell me about it. What did you wear? Oh, I wore a T-shirt and jeans. What, you wore a T-shirt and jeans to a very corporate bank environment? No, they're not going to take you seriously. So take the time and really research the company that you're going for the interview with. Not only research the company, research the questions you think you'll be asked. But the important thing is, for example, if it's a really cool, hip, creative agency, if you rocked in a suit like I'm wearing today, they'd probably think, oh, no, Krissy's not going to really be the right fit. She's really not going to fit into our culture. However, if I'd done the research and realized, and you could see on people's corporate web pages, the tone and the vibe of a company, if I walked in, you know, in a cool T-shirt, jeans and boots, they'd be like, oh yeah, this girl's going to fit in. So it's not about fitting into society. If you want to stand out and you want to be that person that looks different when you go into a room, but then go for it. Use that expression. But you've got to accept and understand how you dress is how people are going to judge you. You want to have 10 piercings in your eyes and 10 in your eyebrows. That is fine because that's your individuality. That's the way that you're expressing yourselves. But you're always going to be judging your appearance, good, bad, or ugly. It's a fact of life. The big thing for me, obviously working in foreign exchange and being in industries that have always been predominantly male-dominated, also the real estate industry, industrial and commercial, was exceptionally male-dominated. I made sure that I always dressed appropriately because I never wanted to be judged as, oh yeah, I'm trying to use my womanly ways to get what I wanted. I wanted people to look at me and accept me for being an equal on all levels. And I think that's really, really important. I've never, ever felt from such a young age that, you know, I'm anything lesser than a man because I'm a woman. I think that's something that's really been portrayed and blown out in the media of late. And I think that if you're secure within yourself, I'm not sitting there with my boobs out trying to lure someone in to, you know, get that real estate sale or get that, you know, some of the other agents used to say to me, oh yeah, sure, you gave the gave the job to Krissy Marsh, she's got the best legs. And it's like, no, mate, I've actually got the best information. I've actually got the best knowledge, and I'm actually your equal. It's got nothing to do with the fact that I've got hot legs. So what I'm stating in that is, you've got to believe that you are in essence an equal on all playing fields. And by dressing appropriately and by dressing individually or expressing your personality however you want to be, you've got to understand that people will always look at that and maybe, judge from that. I had a really funny situation where, totally sexist. I was wearing a skirt in the real estate industry, God forbid. And one of the agents had actually done a huge deal. It actually saved the company that year. And this one guy came in and he said, I thought you were signing that big deal today. And he goes, and you're not wearing a skirt. And I said, oh no, it's way easier to give a blowjob in a pair of pants. Like, come on. Are you really going to demean me that much? Like, as to what you wear, as to whether you're going to get the deal or not? And this is the thing. I think, woman, man, no matter what you are, you've got to believe you're an equal. You've got to, react like you're an equal, and you've also got to dress like you're an equal. And I'm not saying to go around and, wear pants and I become a bloke and I start squilling beers and trying to become, all masculine and I'm going to wear suits. I'm just saying, like, I've always accepted my femininity as a woman. I've never even really thought that, am I the best person for the job? And, a lot of the time now it's all like, yes, we need more females in this area. We need to, get more females into the bank. We need more females in this role. No, I still believe it's the best person for the job. So really, when you're thinking about the way you dress and the way you're projecting yourself to the world, whether that's in a job interview, whether that's on a date, whether that's meeting your future in-laws, it's super important that you think before you walk out the door. Is this portraying what you want it to portray? Like they say, the end of the day, sex sells. Well, I did a reel recently where I had to go to a rock star party and I had this whole rock and roll get up and I had the short, sexy boots and the short skirt. Well, that was appropriate for that particular occasion. That reel popped off like you wouldn't believe. But that wouldn't be appropriate to go for a job interview. So you totally get where I'm getting at. You totally get what I'm getting at. I know the working environment has totally changed. So many calls now are on Zoom. So many people are working from home. But you know what? That is your corporate face you're still projecting. So when someone's in a Zoom meeting and you're sitting in there in the oversized sloppy T-shirt with the pizza that you'd eaten the night before and, you're Zooming in, or you might even choose for them not to see your face. And the whole idea of a Zoom meeting is obviously you're showing your face, but a lot of people, prefer not to. So that to me is also the projection of, look, I couldn't be bothered. I'm obviously not, prepared in order to tap in or Zoom into this call. So I think you've got to think about that as someone working from home now. How are you projecting back into the office? How, when your partner comes home that afternoon, you're in the same old T-shirt that you've been in for the last 2 days. What does that tell you about yourself? So it's not even about dressing. It's for yourself. It's how you're going to feel. It's how you're going to wake up, put on something. I know when I get up, and even if I put on, during COVID, I'd put on a white T-shirt and a nice pair of jeans and I'd put on a pair of shoes because, no one was leaving their house. I'd feel great about myself that day. I'd cook better. I'd work better. I'd speak to my husband and my kids better because I'm not sort of like, oh, same old, same old. This is how I roll. This is how I go. So guys, I'm not telling you how to dress. I'm not telling you what to wear. I'm not telling you who to be. But I am telling you is what you project and present to the world is how people are going to perceive you. And it could be as simple as having a clean pressed shirt. As I think you're halfway there on the fashion stakes if your outfit's clean and it's well lined. And you know what? Bother with your hair, bother with your appearance, bother, cleaning those shoes. I say to my kids the whole time, oh, Mum, it's fine. I'm only going to school. No, you're telling the teachers every single day that you don't really give a rat's ass and that your shoes are scuffed. You walk in with beautifully shined shoes. Oh, that person cares for themselves. That person cares for the job. That person cares about school. So it's all those little subliminal messages that you're giving out to people that you really want to show them that you do care. And think of that job interview. It might not be like plenty of people get put off at work. So yeah, you get the job interview, you've worn the right outfit, then you slip on into wearing, crushed shirts, scuffed shoes. And, people around the office are like, oh, well, I'm not really going to be giving him a promotion. He's not looking, after himself. He's not looking like he really cares about his job. So you've got to think about all what the package of you relates to everyone else in the world. That's what you've got to think about. And if you want to make a difference to yourself, the way you feel, just put in that 5 minutes of extra effort. I used to love it for the week. I used to get my outfits out on a Sunday night, have everything prepared for the week so I knew every day. It was super organized. All those little tips and tricks is going to make your life a lot simpler. It's not about dressing for other people. This is actually about dressing for you. It's how you're going to shine. It's how you're going to feel when you make that little bit of an extra effort. So I want you to go and plan your outfit. It's Sunday night. You'll feel fantastic tomorrow, just being able to wake up, jump straight into it. You'll look fabulous. You'll feel fabulous. And that's what you're going to project to the world. Go and get them. This is what I absolutely love, the personal vodka lectures. Okay, here we go. Anonymous, I feel like I'm wasting my 20s. What should I focus on to stop feeling lost? Wasting your 20s, darling. Your 20s are the best time of your life. I'd suggest nothing but go out and have fun and have a good time. Like, you've got the rest of your life to be worried and to be stressed. I mean, in terms of you're feeling lost, why are you lost? Is it your friendship group? You don't have a great friendship group. Well, then work on that. You feel lost because you're single. If you're single, go and work on that. You feel lost because you've got financial pressures. Well, go and work on your finances. Go back to the episode that was all about goals. You can't be lost if you've got a few key things to have some direction in your life. The only reason you're feeling lost is because you haven't written anything down and haven't thought about where you want to go. I'm not saying that you know where you want to be when you're 30, but in your 20s, go out and cut yourself some slack. Have a good time. Don't have huge amounts of responsibility. But obviously, if you have a couple of goals and you know where you're going, stick to it. Look at this one. This one looks good. How do I deal with friends who bring nothing but negativity into my life? Emily, I hope you're not the negative one by thinking all your friends around you are negative. But if you genuinely believe your friends bring a lot of negativity, well, you need to get some new friends, Emily, and get them fast and stop being friends with people that are negative. There's nothing worse. You go for a walk with a girlfriend and they're just sitting there the whole time. Oh, this is bad and this is bad. And why are you doing this? And questioning you and questioning your life and it bringing nothing but bringing you down. The most important thing you've got to do is spend less and less time with those friends and concentrate and go out and find some new friends or concentrate on the friends that you are uplifted by and you are going to get something out of. They say that you become like the people you live with or that you become like the people you hang around. So Emily, stop hanging around negative people or try and change that person's point of view. And if that doesn't work, well, then move on up, honey, move on up. And by trying to change them is, pointing out that they're being negative. Like, if they turn around and say to you, oh, I haven't spoken to you in ages and you're not contacting me, or there might be a needy friend, just say, listen, I don't need any negativity around me at the moment. Let's focus on positive things. So I think the most important thing is when someone is being negative is to sort of shut them down. And I know that sometimes is super difficult because a lot of the time these negative people don't even realize they're negative. So I suggest you go and find some new, upbeat, fun friends and do some great activities because life's short and you've got to get on with it. And that's your personal vodka lecture for today. Cheers. Send that episode to your sloppy friend or maybe boyfriend. If you want your personal vodka lecture, tap below, subscribe to the podcast, and see you next week.